be moving into our Innovator of Color Awards and presenting it to our recipients. We have 4 honorees to hear from. We'll be having a few guests on here to make some intros. And so for now, I'm going to turn it over to our presenters. And so first up, we have Cecil Hobbs. Cecil is the CEO advisor and coach at Russell Reynolds Associates, and he will be giving our first introduction. So please give it up for Cecil.
Good afternoon. Poets, prophets, and reformers are all picture makers, and this ability is the secret of their power and their achievements. They see what ought to be by the reflection of what is and endeavor to remove that contradiction. This quote from Frederick Douglass, in my mind, represents the essence of innovation for progressive social change. We're here to recognize and celebrate a few of such individuals who, through their work, represent this restive spirit of the poet, prophet, and reformer. I'm Cecil Hobbs with Russell Reynolds Associates. We are honored to have been sponsors of the Innovator of Color Awards for a decade. This is important work, central to our firm's mission to improve the way the world is led. I now have the pleasure of introducing our co-chairs of the IOC committee, Adrian Ritter, CEO and co-founder of Study.com, and Phyllis Lockett, founder and senior advisor at Leap Innovations. With that, I'd like to welcome Adrian to the stage.
Buenas tardes. Buenas tardes. It is my honor to introduce the first 2 honorees this afternoon. I'm inspired not just by their accomplishments, but the immigrant journey that shaped them, their passion, and their belief that education is the ultimate equalizer that can change lives and create a better world, especially for students of color, no matter where you're from, what you sound like, or what you look like. As a proud Latino, it is an honor to present this award to the first ever Latina to be named Innovator of Color here at ASU+GSV. Yes. Amanda Fernandez, founder and CEO of Latinos for Education. Some people talk, some people take action. A rare handful use their life experience to will an idea into reality and forge a better future for generations to come. And that's exactly what Amanda is doing and has done. She's intimately familiar with the grit and dedication it requires to grow the seed of an idea into an organization that now has national presence. Having moved to the US as Cuban exiles, her parents made it a priority to ensure their children had an education and opportunities as they grew. But as she grew up, she recognized that the education system in the United States was full of vast disparities in terms of access and opportunity for Latino students and all students of color. Inspired by her family's experiences and her own, this innovator founded Latinos for Education in 2017. Now a leading voice on issues of educational equity, policy, and advocacy for the Latino community, Latinos for Education is dedicated to increasing representation at all levels of our education system. I personally love their core values that bring us together as a Latino community. Agitate when necessary y work con ganas, which loosely translated means work with fervor and passion. It doesn't sound so good in English, but it's okay. She lives in honor of these values every day, and when I talk to her, I realize her personal superpower has always been to refusing to stay in the boxes other people try to put her in. Without further ado, es un gran placer para mí entregar este premio a la innovadora y visionaria, fundadora y CEO de Latinos for Education, Amanda Fernandez.
Gracias, Adrián, por esa presentación. Buenas tardes a todos. Thank you well, let me say one more thing. my notes here are not AI generated. I did them myself. I'm still old school. Thank you very much to the selection committee. I'm incredibly honored to receive this award that represents an important commitment to innovators that look like me and who are essential to this ecosystem. We must continue to see the number of us expand. My gratitude goes out to the thousands of Latino educators and allies who have signed up to be part of our network and community, especially my staff, program fellows, and alumni who are here today. Thank you. I see you, and thank you for your belief in Latinos for education. To my fellow innovators out there, whose products and services are designed to support the learning and engagement of students, consider this, that soon 1/3 of all of our public school students in the US will be Latino. Latinos account for over 50% of the US population growth in the last 10 years. I invite you, my fellow innovators, in partnership and collaboration with Latinos for Education and with leaders like me. I believe that our experiences, our networks, our relationships will be key to ensuring that opportunity is equally distributed, and while at the same time, we can help you do well by doing good. Join me, because when Latinos succeed, we will succeed as a nation. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations again. Felicitaciones, Amanda. Our next honoree, Bethlam Forsa, CEO of Savvas Learning, deeply understands that education has the potential to transform lives. Within a few minutes of meeting her, you'll quickly realize the impact that her upbringing had on her and the work she does today. Being raised by her mother and moving to many different developing countries throughout her life, in her journey from Ethiopia to the US, she experienced firsthand just how big an impact education can make in determining one's future. For many, herself included, a high-quality education is what makes the difference between sink or swim. She has worked for over 2 decades to provide high-quality learning solutions and core curriculum that spans all grade levels and disciplines. This innovator is the CEO of Savvas Learning Company, a global next-generation learning solutions leader in K-12 education, used by more than 40 million students in over 90% of the nation's school district. She makes it a priority to ensure that her solutions are inclusive, equitable, and meet the needs of all learners. When you talk to her, she'll say, education is the ace up our sleeve that has the potential to truly change the world. And she's not just saying it, she's doing it. Speaking of transformation, as one of the only few women at the helm of major learning solutions companies, she has successfully transformed the company into the industry leader that it is today. Central to her leadership formula, she cultivates an inclusive, caring, and collaborative workplace culture in which everyone feels inspired, engaged, and valued. And it's not just internal talk. They won for 3 years in a row Top Workplace in the US and Woman-Led Top Workplace. Please join me in recognizing one of this year's Innovators of Color, CEO of Savvas Learning Company, Bethlam Forsa.
Adrián, thank you for that wonderful introduction. To the members of the ASU+GSV Innovators of Color Committee, I am humbled and grateful that you have chosen me for this honor. Thank you. It means a lot to me. To my fellow honorees, congratulations I am proud to be included as one of you. You're all superwomen. As Adrian mentioned, I was raised in developing countries. I had the opportunity to see many countries. And one of the things that is so clear is where you are born determines your future. It shouldn't be the case, but that is the reality of what it is. It ultimately determines who you are. I was lucky enough to have great education. The only thing that fundamentally changes the trajectory of someone's life is the access to high-quality education. To that extent, at Savvas, we are committed to the belief that all students deserve access to the same high-quality education, high-quality and rigorous instructional solution, and as well as to nurturing teachers that will install in them the love for learning and to teach them the foundational skills so they can become critical thinkers. I'm honored to accept this award, which is absolutely incredibly meaningful to me. And I'm going to accept it on the behalf of all of Savvas' employees, all 1,600 of them, who work every day and are passionate and want to, and come to work every day to make a difference, one classroom at a time. Thank you.
Thank you again and congratulations. And now to present our next two honorees, I want to introduce Phyllis Lockett, and she's my co-chair in the ROC committee. Phyllis?
Good afternoon. Our next awardee has led work in over 100 countries worldwide, spanning the fields of education, economic inclusion, and global engagements. As the CEO and Executive Director of World Education Services, Esther Benjamin leads a social enterprise that supports the educational, economic, and social inclusion of immigrants, refugees, and international students. Esther exemplifies World Education's vision that everyone is able to put their education, experience, and skills to work anywhere in the world. And Esther and her team are making that happen at scale. WES has provided academic evaluations to over 3 million individuals from over 200 countries and territories in 60,000 educational institutions worldwide, enabling talent across the globe to continue their education, obtain licensing in regulated professions, and secure employment in specialized fields. Esther spearheaded the development of a new tech platform that has enabled WES to serve more people at scale and has helped the organization generate millions more in capital to expand their program across 40 states in the US and every province in Canada, and to launch a new philanthropic initiative that has provided $32 million in grants and impact investment to 180 organizations. Esther, thank you for literally changing the game for education and economic inclusion across the world.
Congrats to my fellow honorees. I am so deeply humbled and honored to receive this award. My heartfelt thanks to ASU and GSV. I thank my incredible family, who are the most amazing source of unconditional love and support. I thank my phenomenal global circle of friends who bring constant joy and support. And I thank my board of directors and my team at World Education Services. This award is dedicated to my colleagues who are brilliant, creative, passionate, and hardworking. Our team brings our vision to life every single day to advance our mission to ensure that everyone is able to put their education, experience, and skills to work anywhere in the world. We have served millions of people over 50 years, and this fall, we will celebrate this incredible milestone, and we will launch our next 50 years of experimenting, innovating, partnering, staying relevant, and driving impact together for the individuals and communities we serve. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Esther. Our next honoree is breaking the doors literally wide open for economic opportunity and wealth mobility for underrepresented students of color to access their piece of the American dream. As a teacher, Aimee Eubanks Davis saw firsthand how so many of her students worked hard, did all the right things, but ended up unemployed or underemployed after college. After serving as Executive Vice President of Public Affairs and Engagement and Chief People Officer at Teach for America, she set out to build a unique model that is changing the paradigm for thousands of young people to get their seat at the table. Today, Braven has partnerships with 9 higher ed institutions, including the likes of Spelman College, City College of New York, and Northern Illinois University, and is impacting over 10,000 students across the country and growing. Braven Fellows are outpacing their peers on college graduation rates, internship access, job attainment, and earnings. One of the unique aspects of this model that Aimee and her team have built are the strategic corporate partnerships with employers like Deloitte and Amazon, who are working with Braven to build more diversity in their recruitment pipelines and to develop their internal bench of more inclusive leaders. On a personal note, I am so grateful that my godson, who happens to be Aimee's little cousin, just completed community college and will be enrolled as a Braven Fellow at San Jose this fall. That's right. It doesn't get any better than that. Thank you, Aimee, for your transformative vision, unrelenting courage, and unstoppable faith to literally change the paradigm for economic access and opportunity for our children.
I am honored to be here, especially to be honored alongside 3 other badass women, social entrepreneurs. And it's just really incredible to think about where Braven has come in the last 10 years. And it is truly because we have done something that's highly unusual, which is to do things in deep partnership and together. So as you heard from Phyllis, we have 9 incredible higher education partners with some of the most innovative leaders in them, from faculty to staff to their presidents to their chancellors to folks in career services, who allow us to actually partner to run a credit-bearing course in which this group of students can honestly have the time and the space to get out of college and into the jobs that they earn. Otherwise, close to 1 million young people a year from the most humble beginnings who've worked incredibly hard will come out and earn 66 cents on the dollar to their higher income peers. And that scarring effect never goes away. And what we've been able to see is that in 5 short semesters, alongside our incredible employer partners, that we can break the sound barriers of economic mobility. And that looks like 76% of our students out earning their parents in 5 short semesters. So I want to thank the Braven team. This would have never started and kept going without them, our board, our donors, as well as my incredible husband and family. And then finally, when I think about the employer partner community, for every 1,000 students in the Braven model, there are 17,000 volunteer hours that come in. And so I hope each of you will think about, whether it's at Braven or any other place, think about being a volunteer, because you really can also help change a young person's life. And as I think about the future of our work and the future of many other innovators of color, I really hope that the Investor Committee continues to give us a fair shot at getting access to capital, because people who are proximate to problems actually really do know how to solve them. Thank you.